All right, guys, so we've had a couple questions in the Geek Force forum. People keep on asking, why so many crowdfunding campaigns? Why do we launch our products via crowdfunding?
Okay.
I can take that, right?
Yes.
Okay, the first thing you need to understand about crowdfunding for us is that it's not a profit center for us. It's definitely a revenue center. We definitely get revenue from it, but it's not a profit center. It's not how we generate the most profit for our company. In fact, if we take Geek Out, for example, we raised $300,000. We ended up spending almost $500,000 on that project. So
Yes.
it was definitely not a profit
Loss.
center. It was definitely a loss. But what it did do is help us to, one, check to see if the product was a viable product within the marketplace, knowing that there was good competition.
Yes.
And it helped us to test what our market differentiators were going to be. And then it definitely helped us launch the product. We announced last week that we had hit a major milestone in shipments of Geek Out, 15,000 units, I think is what it was.
50,000 units.
Ta-da! So we definitely couldn't have done that without crowdfunding. The most important part about crowdfunding is the ability to research and develop new products with the help of those people who are most likely to use them. So that is why we crowdfund. Now, moving on to the question of why we crowdfund at the same time, then we get into use of our time and so forth, which is a much broader, I guess, conversation.
Yeah, I have my answer on that part. It's in different angle. For me, I really want to focus on one thing only. From the beginning of this company, I want to design and research the best product for you guys, for us, audiophile and music lovers. So when the company's growing bigger and bigger and bigger, we keep hiring a lot of more talents into our new company, the growing company, startup. So for now, as you see, it's not only Larry or Gavin here, we have a lot of people more. They are the expert of different fields. So one thing I want you to know is, even we have 2 or 3 campaigns on running at the same time, for me, it's more like a system perspective when I design the product. Like, okay, I designed that. I hope I can have the design for the power amp, for the preamp, for the headphone amp, so the whole system work together, so I can have it's like a little bit like control about what's the end result you will get. It's better than I design one deck and I wait and I wait and I wait for 6 more months, and in the end, okay, power amp or something else. I think that's my approach. But for production, I think that.
I think it's, but before you get into that, I think it's a valid concern that people would have, because if they've been backers of ours from the beginning, when it was the Larry and Gavin show, right? It was 2 people, and everything that we did, every decision that we made was based on us, right?
Yeah.
And now that's not the case.
Yeah, and especially for me, I really hope that, for example, I already published the Larry's bar, and we will see, you can see what's the roadmap, what's the pipeline we will have for the whole future projects, and what's the current projects we have. You can see, check that, you will know. So that's our progress.
There are actually a couple of things on that list that people probably will be surprised to see.
Yeah, we are totally transparent. You can see it.
All right, another question that we've been getting a lot of is, if we just focused on making one product and shipping it, would we be more efficient as a company?
Or could you get it faster?
Or could
right?
you get it faster?
That's probably the, that's probably
Diana,
the key
you
question.
answer that.
I'll kick in on this one. I personally don't believe so, just because if we take a product, for example, Larry's working on a PCB, it takes time for us to actually get it here in-house. If we wait and we sit and we wait, or while a product is being built, they can come up with a new product. So the machine stays nice and warm. It's versus Larry working on a product, Gavin's waiting, I'm waiting, now give it to Gavin to sell. Gavin sells it, Larry's waiting, I'm waiting, and then all of a sudden it comes to my plate to produce the product. When we have something that's constantly coming through full stream, where the machine is constantly moving, production is used to building is everything's being done by product. We're targeting our products. We're going to finish all the pulses. We're going to finish the Pulse F5s. We're going to finish the LPS. We're going to ship it out all by product, so that once we finish one, we move on to the next one. And products are constantly coming in. While we're producing, that doesn't mean we're just focusing on those products. For example, Geek Stream, Geek Wave, all of that, we're getting prototypes, we're researching boards, components, getting different samples of every single type of component, which one works best. So Larry does that, and R&D does that, while production also produces some of the material that is needed just for prototyping or putting things together, while Gavin and his team are doing their job. So the wheels are constantly spinning like a clock. Nothing stops. The 2 doesn't stop just because it's not being in use. The clock just keeps spinning.
We've had some questions on delayed shipments. What's one of the biggest hurdles associated with getting product out of the door?
Product out of the door? The biggest one before the Chinese New Year would be the port and union issue that we're dealing with and everybody's been seeing.
It's West Coast, right?
Yes.
No.
It is the entire port situation. It's affecting
every major port, all the way to like Maryland and everything. It's ridiculous. Yes. Is what it is.
I've called the ports myself. We have looked into shipping products to Seattle. It's a smaller port, but anything to get our product here quicker was the goal. So right now our product is still sitting on a vessel. Still hasn't reached port.
People might be asking, well, if the port slowdown was happening, why would you send stuff to the port anyway, right?
Correct.
Part of that answer is it started when boats were on the water.
When we ship it, we don't know.
Yeah, right.
True.
What happened?
The union issue started in October of last year. That was when I started, which we had already purchased and put product on a boat in October. There was you can't stop it. Once it's on a boat, it's no turning back, no taking it off or putting it on a plane. It's gone. So those boats and our product is sitting. We have tried to go around that. We have shipped a lot of material via air. Costs a lot of money. We're trying to be wise with our money, but as well as get it here to make everybody happy. Currently, today, we are doing the best we can to produce product here in the U.S. We're trying to get away from China, even though that is the most effective way of producing a large mass of product. It's not helping our customers stay happy. So our job, not only in production, is to get it done, but to make our customers happy.
What part of our product is made in China, and what makes us choose to do that?
Okay, there's one very important distinction. We buy the components here. We make a lot of made in USA component here. Our boards, the bare boards, made in here. Our assembly house is here. So here, but still something need to made in China. Sorry, like a shipping box, the foam, the little the 12-volt switching power. Got stuck in the boat for months.
Yeah, so we're not talking about products that we're making in Taiwan or in China or
but
something
okay,
like that.
for you guys, you need to got a whole thing, right? You cannot say, okay, I know you need to got a gig post, I don't need a shipping box.
We can't ship them, just a PCBA.
Right.
If you want it, you can drive here. I can give you a gig post,
Yes,
no problem.
we
But
have
we
the-
need a
we
shipping
have the
box.
units, but
we
no
need a
hardware.
power supply, 12-volt switch power. So that's the thing. Sorry, even that little thing is still part of the product.
I'm sure you guys have seen, if any of you who have received the latest box, which we did put our apology letter for the delivery and how it looks. We shipped out our product that was waiting for the exterior shipping cases or foam and boxes. We shipped those out with Uline boxes that we purchased here. We tested them, we dropped them, we made sure that it was not going to damage the product, but we went ahead and purchased those just to get products to you because we know you've been waiting long enough. So that has been our push to get it to you.
What's the update on the GPX board, the Geek Pulse X and the XFI? When will that begin shipping?
We plan to start shipping that, I would probably say next week.
Well, it's already started shipping. We've shipped
Correct.
some out.
We've been on hold.
The
and
mass production, a
Correct.
lot of people. Yeah.
we've been on hold because of the port issues, but Larry gave us a green light. We're going to go ahead and buy more parts here in the U.S. and get it out to you guys. A big chunk of it coming next week.
Gavin, as far as the survey goes for Geek Pulse, the most recent in-demand campaign, and also Geek Wave, when will the survey be coming out so people can confirm their orders as well as select their color choices for their Geek IEMs? When is that happening?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We've actually added to our team. We have a new team member named Anu who has developed out a completely new survey system. For those of you who remember the Geek Pulse survey, you'll remember that it was a big cumbersome process to tell us exactly what it was that you ordered from us, right? One of the issues that we have in the way that we crowdfund, it's self-created, is it's very difficult to follow the logic in a lot of cases where backers have, for example, backed multiple units on one contribution and they've upgraded one of those multiple units, but they haven't upgraded the others, but the others might have another upgrade. There's a lot of that, so we require a complex survey system. Anu has been building out a survey system that we'll be able to use not only for Geek Pulse in demand, Geek Wave in demand, but we'll be able to use it in perpetuity as long as we continue to use Indiegogo as our crowdfunding platform, which is our preferred way to go. So that survey is already out to several beta testers who are working hard to poke holes in it and make it sync. And they will probably be successful. That's the way it goes with software development. They'll probably find ways to crash it and break it, which is exactly why we have them do it. And then once we've gone through that beta process and we've addressed those issues the best we can, we'll do one quick pre-release just to make sure that we're good, and then we'll set it out. So this is going to happen within days.
We made an update today, or you did, Gavin, made an update today about how each department's going to be posting updates about their status of their projects. What can people look forward to in seeing that?
Let's see, I'll let you guys talk about specifically what you're going to do, but just in general, let me just put it this way. We've been we've put a lot of effort into being transparent as a company, which is actually kind of hard to do for any company, which is why the vast majority of companies don't do this. It presents all sorts of problems, but the number one thing that we need to be able to do well when we're as transparent as we are is we need to be able to communicate well. Backers and customers will see things that rub them the wrong way or they don't understand, and as long as we can communicate well, us to you, then we mitigate most of those things. And then if we can communicate well two-way, then even better, which is what we try to do. So we've had an update system since October, November, where we had it published. You could check the updates. What was difficult about that is that we couldn't predict exactly what would happen through the research and development and production phases of a product. And we thought that we could predict everything, but in reality, you really can't. No. And secondly, there was a real bottleneck in making those updates when we're all so busy working hard to get stuff delivered to you. And that bottleneck is named Gavin Fish, right? Because I'm the one that had to do all those things, and it was just time consuming. So what we've done is we've departmentalized a little bit. So Larry is in charge of research and development right now. Diana is in charge of production right now, and so they now have the tool set to give you information on what's happening in their departments. That's the major change.
So today I already published mine on the website. Diana's going to publish hers. So on that two charts, on my chart you will see the pipelines I have in the very transparent way of what projects I have on my hands, on my team's hands, including Geek Wave, Geek Stream, or whatever we already been delivered, like Geek Pulse and LPS. So whatever mark 100% on my side, that means design has frozen, there's nothing we need to change, and that hand over to Diana's team. And Diana's team will take that over to start with the production process. In the end, will ship to your door. That's the thing.
Now, to clarify on Larry, it's not where he finishes 100%, then I start from zero. We all collaborate,
Yes.
and we work together to, while we're designing something, the chassis, the way it looks, is being designed as well as is being purchased, and it's on its way here, so that once it's finalized and we send our boards over to be assembled, we've also have things working in parallel where they're on their way to be here, face plates, rear plates, knobs, power switches,
A lot.
those anything that has to be delivered to us, any actual individual unit takes the longest. So just because it's at 95% or at 100 or Larry reaches 100% doesn't mean that production starts at 0 and then we go. We try to work as much as we can in parallel.
There are a lot of things that are linear, but a lot of things that are not.
Port.
Yes.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.